quantum balancing. If you're open to receiving this energy, to say, I accept. Thank you, Mandy. The logical mind will not understand. My Archangel Michael, I ask for your sword of light. We need to learn to be silent and still. Words cause confusion. I am now going to proceed to remove any type of anxiety, stress, grief, resentment, hatred, any lower vibrational energy or frequency that may be stored in your heart chakra. Bring your awareness to any pain that you may have emotionally and visualize it being removed. I'm asking Archangel Uriel and Archangel Gabriel for your white ray. I'm asking the archangels of the green ray to fill the heart chakra with the green ray. I'm now using my sword of light. It is etheric to seal off any soul wounds on the heart chakra. Dear Source Creator, I am asking for a translucent golden ray of light with one pink ray and one red ray to unfold and lift our vibrations. We're asking for this ray to protect us from any outside influences, any psychic hypnotic effects to be removed, and to protect us from all outside influences. Be mindful of every word that you speak. Every word carries energy. Remember, every word that you speak to yourself first. If you speak negativity on someone else, you speak it to yourself first. Because at the end of the day, it is only you and your phone. And your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference from outside reality. So anything you say, the subconscious, take it as you saying it to yourself. If you speak life unto you, then you irradiate life. That is truth in that statement. The stones will not save you. If you believe that crystals will bring you salvation, it is not true. The crystals only hold a vibration. That is like going to a tree and expecting it to save you from like a bear. You need to take action. Now the crystals, they can assist you in holding a vibration. But do not give all your power away to objects or people. No one can save you but yourself. I only bring the balance. I am not a healer. I only provide the healing space. And with your conscious will and permission, you allow yourself to heal your own self by matching me. As I said before, with the mask that I wear, it represents the mirror reflection. I am your mirror reflection. So whoever looks into the mask, the first thing they see is their self. And they realize that they're seeing their self within me. It is time to evolve. Not physically, but spiritually. But ultimately, the choice is up to you. Well, that is a good example. If you climb up the tree, then it can assist you. But the tree is not going to bend over and pick you up and lift you up. You have to take the action to climb the tree. Just like the crystals, you have to take the action to match the vibration of the crystal. I respect your belief and truths. Remember, the ultimate truth is that all truths are true. As long as you do not judge anyone for their beliefs, you will not be judged for your beliefs. But if you judge others for your beliefs, for their beliefs, you ultimately judge your own self because your subconscious mind still cannot tell the difference. So if you don't want anyone to oppose your beliefs, you do not oppose someone else's beliefs. You respect them. You don't have to take them on. And remember to smile and breathe in deeply. And allow your mind to be silent. Do not be caught in the web of thoughts. Thoth, Dark's web. Don't get caught in the web of thoughts. If you ever wonder what was the original language, if the Dark Ones came to Earth and there was like, how could we separate humans? Well, first, we will mess up their communication. Because originally, we was all telepathic. We all spoke one language. It was telepathy. And then, they introduced thoughts. Thoth introduced thoughts. And then we got tied up in thoughts and words, causing confusion. So now we must go back into being silent so we can hear the inner voice. And once we hear our own inner voice, we can hear the inner voice of others. But you need to be still. As Cryon said, blessed is the human who finds God in his own way. How should I know? You must ask it for yourself. It will take 144,000 people to all synchronize in telepathy to create a memory complex. Anyway, I am moving on from the subject now. And I'm going to focus back on the Reiki. And I also realize that a lot of these comments that's really, really religious, or just AI. It's usually triggered when I say something about something biblical or religious, then the AI system picks it up and then it will start spamming the channel with artificial intelligence. So a lot of these people are not even real people, but that is okay. There are my own lessons. Thank you. That is a very good permission slip. We can literally create any permission slip just with our thoughts. We can create our own permission slips through our imagination. So if I say every millisecond I transmute low vibrational energy into light and I will not be affected, and I believe it, then I will not be affected. I say every second my aura is cleansed in a 15-foot radius of all low vibrational thoughts that does not serve my highest good, and it will be transmuted in light. Then my subconscious mind hears that and it applies it. Use the power of your word. I remove all fear from my consciousness. I remove all doubt from my consciousness. I remove all envy from my consciousness. I ask my ego desire body to move to the left shoulder, not to participate, only to observe. Remove fear. The churches, now I'm not saying all churches, but a lot of the mainstream churches want you to be in fear. They told you to fear people like me because they don't want the truth. People like me back then would be burned on the stake because they say, that's witchcraft. We're scared. Remove fear. It is not needed. You still see it playing out to this day. They have everybody programmed to fear the unknown, be scared of things that move, be scared of ghosts. And it's not even ghost. They want us to sleep, but we're waking up. The dark already has lost. The light has won. That's very interesting. If you were to go up to someone in a dream state or while you're astral projecting and ask the person, do you know that you're sleeping? They'd be like, what? The darkness has no power. They only have illusions. Black magic does not work if the person knows that the person is trying to do black magic. Black magic only works on other people who do black magic. And just saying, we all start off doing black magic because we was taught. Black magic is basically the seven deadly sins. When you think about someone and you think criticism of them, or you have hatred, or you say, I don't like this person, or you say, I don't like this person's hair, I don't like this person's nose, that is black magic because you're visualizing the person, building up the emotion, and then sending it to the person. So a lot of people would be like, oh, that's black magic. And right there, they just did black magic because they just accused someone of doing black magic. You had to have done it to know what it is. And I'm not perfect. We all have done it. We all have hurt with our words. I do light. I work with the light. Once I realized how I was hurting people with my words and actions, I asked for forgiveness from myself and to the others. Magic is all in the words and spelling. That's why we call it spelling. I'm not sure I had another crystal over here. Anyway, changing the subject. This is not going anywhere. Not going to be going in circles. If you want to know more, do your own research. I am not your shepherd. Yes, Jesus loves us. That is correct. Now the real question is, do you love yourself as much as Jesus loves you? Because he can love you for eternity, but if you don't love yourself, how can you love him back? You cannot love anyone, no one, if you don't love yourself first. As I said, with your subconscious mind, if you say I love you to someone else, visualize you're a magnet. And when you constantly saying I love you, I love you, I love you to somebody, you're pushing them away because you're seeking. You turn like a magnet and you push. But if you say I love myself. The energy goes inwards. Then you start to pull everything into you and radiate outwards because you love yourself. We are electromagnetic beings. We are humans because we are a hue of light. I respect your beliefs. May your mind be illuminated to the truth. Everything is from Amazon. It is a basic sunglasses. It's nothing special. Now, I find it very interesting that they start to release another alien movie, but instead they made it's negative oriented. It's like deep state. They already know that very soon, and very soon could be 5, 10, 20, 50 years from now, or even 100 years from now, and some point in time, ET contact. And they're like, how could we sow some seeds of fear to cause chaos? Well, the best way to program the human mind is by making movies and make it negative. So they make all the movies that involves ETs or extraterrestrials or extra-dimensional beings, they make it all negative. So when it actually happened, everybody goes in fear. Because they're running out of tricks. Divide and conquer. They confuse all the people, putting little trips, little potholes to separate us instead of uniting. They separate us through thoughts, through our thoughts and judgments. They have us judging others, not realizing the powers of our own words and how we're really creating our own reality. We're creating this whole entire holographic reality with our minds collectively. And they know that. But now that the simulation, the holographic reality, the web, the dark web over it of thoughts is coming apart, and the truth and the light is starting to flow in, all the deception is melting away. So now they're getting desperate. And they want you to think that the flashes from the sun is detrimental. It is only detrimental to the darkness. The sun knows the consciousness of the earth and all of us collectively. And when it senses that we are going towards the path of the light, it sends out a cleansing vibration to cleanse us from darkness energetically. So the sun starts to get brighter and hotter to cleanse out the darkness. I cannot make that choice for you. I moved out here because originally I had my own negative belief systems at the time, but living out here in nature in the woods is way more peaceful, because at the time when it first started happening to me, this is just my own perspective, this is over time. Do not compare yourself to my experiences, because your experiences may be completely different. Because I'm just saying, sometimes people who have dramatic experiences is actually vibration was actually lower than the other person. So to the other person, they may already feel energy, but they don't call it that. So they may be already more advanced than the other person who's saying, "Oh, I'm feeling all of this. I'm feeling the trees. I'm feeling this." But some people may be already at that level, and to them that is normal. You only feel something at first, and then it goes away, because then you integrate it. So when this all first started happening, I was feeling the informational field and the Taurus field of all the people who were around me. And at the time, I didn't know how to regulate my energy, because I kept giving my energy away to other people because I wasn't paying attention to my thoughts. I was judging others. I kept, in my mind, I was blaming others, saying that they was taking my power away, taking my energy away. But then I realized, wait a minute, I'm giving my power away because in my mind, I'm saying that they're taking my power away. So then I'm giving my power away I'm giving them my power to make it look like they're taking my power. But once I realized, wait a minute, they're not taking my power, I'm giving it away through my thoughts. So what I did was, I stopped judging them. I removed judgment from my mind. I said, I remove judgment, and I forgive myself, and I forgive the other person. I forgive myself for judging the other person, believing that he was taking my power away and he wasn't even doing anything. That's why you must forgive your enemies. And when you forgive them, it doesn't mean you have to kiss up to them. It doesn't mean you have to say all nice things all the time. But just have respect. Like, forgive and then respect their choices. Be compassionate but detached. I'm compassionate, but I'm detached from the emotions of others. But I'm also feeling their emotions. I'm detached of letting it become my own. But I'm compassionate enough to feel it and understand it. And I realized when people were sending insecurity, you know that feeling when you go into a crowd of people and out of nowhere, your breathing is all tense, your shoulders are all curled up, you can't talk right. And I was like, wait a minute, this is not my anxiety. This is not my insecurities. This is the insecurities of all the other people who's looking at me. So I said, I disidentify with these thoughts. I disidentify with these emotions. They are not mine. And I return them in light. They are not mine to hold. That is true. When you heal yourself, you heal everyone around you. I experienced this on the bus. I was sitting on the bus and my mom was going all over the place. I was feeling all type of emotions all over the place. Anxiety and everything. I was feeling pain in my knees, pain in my back, pain in my arms. And then I just stopped for 1 second. And I felt pain in my arm. And I looked over and I seen this older man, and his arm was like this. And then I felt the pain in my arm. And then I seen a lady, she was rubbing her leg, and I looked down on my leg and I felt the pain, and I felt her rubbing her leg through me. like our emotional bodies were attached. And then I looked at another person, he had like a breathing problem. And I felt the breathing problem in my chest. So what I did was I raised my vibration, and then everybody in the bus, they just they just relaxed. They just let go. And then everything just relaxed. The whole vibe and the whole entire bus changed. As soon as I changed how I was thinking about everyone else in the bus, and I realized that everybody in the bus is my mirror reflection, they're my thoughts, and I'm just creating the version of them in my mind, then all of that immediately just dropped. All the negativity dropped away. I'm glad that you recognize to take your power back. And I would say the negative comments on these videos I have, they really have helped me. And the way it is they help me become more resilient. So now when I go out in public, I carry this energy that I have right now into public where I go. And I got to the point, like sometimes I even put the face mask on and I just walk around and see. And I'm just showing as an example, as a statement that the face does not matter. It's the energy. A lot of people, they're so focused on trying to figure out a reaction through the face expression, the mind, when they need to be looking through the heart. Move your conscious awareness to the heart. Stop looking through the mind. So I put the mask on because when I put the mask on, it turns off the mind part. So the only way to connect is through the heart because you don't have a reaction to base off. You only have your own reaction, your own mental. You don't have this face to see. You see when I took the mask off, how everybody started commenting. But when I put the mask back on, the comments are still. They're not rampant. Because the AI in the phone is constantly seeking reactions. And then based off that, it pulls in the vibration. It's like the AIs, it can scan your vibrational frequency and then it based off from your vibrational frequency, what type of people should it attract. So that's why I say the AI is not negative, it is neutral. So depending on your vibration, the AI picks it up, and then after that, it recommends people who's in similar vibration to you. And it's also picking up any insecurities that I may have in my informational field. The AI will pick it up and then it will start to exploit that. And then that's when the spamming comes. So if I have an insecurity, like here's an insecurity that a lot of people will be putting on, people will like, this person's gay, right? That's an insecurity that's in their own informational field. And it's trying to use it as a trigger. And the trigger and the wound, it knows that the wound came from the programming of how certain people in our life told us that we was not supposed to express our divine feminine side. So then what happens is the trigger word is, oh, this person's gay for expressing their divine feminine. So then what happens is it programs and it makes man disconnect from the divine feminine and then go way further into divine masculine. So it throws him off balance mentally. So now man, he cannot connect to woman because he has a belief system that if he were to express his divine feminine side, then he becomes weak. And then they did the complete opposite with the divine feminine for woman. They did the opposite. So now Now she's in her divine masculine instead of her divine feminine. So now the spectrum is thrown all off. So what you have to do is accept both sides, because source creator, Father, Mother, God, is neither male or female. It's both. Because God is not a human. Oh, this one's a very, very funny comment. It says, you do not need to do this foolishness against AI. You need to repent and ask Jesus to protect you. He is already protecting you. With your own belief and faith, you have to protect yourself. He's not going to come down here and then just bring you up to heaven. Like, you have to have the mindset of heaven. We're not just going to, oh, you die and you immediately just go to heaven. Heaven's a state of being, a state of mind. Hell is a state of mind. If you don't work on your own belief systems, your own fears, your own regrets, you're not going to be able to go into heaven, because you're not going to carry all this baggage going into heaven, going into the fifth dimension. That's not realistic. You have to think realistically. I'm talking about not just you. This is not against you. This is collectively. This is like I'm talking to the collective. Well, thank you for the kind words. How much percentage I got? Well, now in all seriousness, let's focus on our breath. Breathe in deeply. Hold, exhale 50%. Breathe in deeply. Exhale 50%. For those who want to have a deeper understanding of the true teachings of Jesus, the true esoteric knowledge, not from the Bible, you will not find this truth anywhere else. Just search on YouTube. It's called the Christ Letters. But remember, to watch these letters, you must release all beliefs. Release everything that you know about Jesus, everything you know about Christianity. That is the only way to initiate yourself. Because with those beliefs, they'll hold you back. But the choice is ultimately up to you. I cannot change you through words. You have to take the action. I am not a shepherd. I am not your savior. I will not try to convince you. If you want to know what I'm doing, rewind back in the video. Remove the negative intention or kind of, I don't know, I don't have the right word for this. Yes, I used to smoke, but I stopped because I realized, oh, it's self-destructing. That's why I say I'm not perfect. I used to struggle with porn addiction. I used to cuss all the time. I used to only play video games all day long. Until I realized how I was destroying myself. I am not perfect. I am not above anyone else. I am just like you. Yes, I know I have not been posting as much. I really need to take some time to myself and do inner reflection. Some people will call it depression, but I changed the word. I call it compression because when everything outside of me was not working, the tarot videos was not working, the readings, all that was not working, I said the only answers is sitting down and going inside my own mind and looking at my belief systems, looking at my fears. The best way to release a fear feel the fear as much as you can. Ask yourself, what will happen if the worst fear that I ever had happened? What is the most thing that scares me ultimately the most? And feel it. And then say, okay, this is not part of my reality. Just feel it and then forgive it and let it go. And say, is it happening right now? Is it hurting me right now? Has it happened? And you realize that fear is not even real because it hasn't even happened. You're just assuming, you're pushing your informational field out into future, trying to see what could happen. And you're realizing that you're scaring your own self with your own shadow. I know that's how it feels sometimes. It feels like you're playing as someone else. Whenever you feel that, it's a sign that your true self, who you really are, is asking to come out. And sometimes when people they can tell when you're starting to break out of that mind prison that everybody's trying to convince. No one's putting you in it, but what they do is, since we're all psychically connected, we're still telepathic, but we're not consciously telepathic. We're not aware that we're doing it. So it's unconsciously. And so other people, they start to put, like, they see someone doing like someone dancing in the street, and instead of saying, oh, they become envious. They be like, why him, not me? They become envious. Instead of having the mindset, if he can do it, I can do it. That is the mindset you should have. Not say, oh, why he can do it and I can't. Then you just put envy and then you just judged. So you say, if he can do it, I can do it. If Jesus can do it, I can do it. And do not care about anyone else's thoughts, anyone else's insecurities. If he can do it, I can do it. And I'll do it with love and compassion in my heart and forgiveness for others who haven't learned that they can do it also. Remember to breathe in deeply. Supply your brain and your mind with oxygen. One thing I like about being out here, I can be loud as I want. Until it gets nighttime, I still gotta respect everybody. But in the middle of the day, I can be like, Foos! Just hear echo. Clear the mind. I cleanse my crystal crown and I program it to radiate the violet flame to transmute all low vibrational energy, all thought projections into light. All negativity and judgments will be returned to its cinder and light. I do not accept any judgments of me because I do not judge myself. Ask your heart. Don't ask your mind. You say, what is going on? Do you really need to know? Focus on the feeling. What does your heart say? If you're feeling resistance within yourself, ask yourself, don't say, this person's causing this in me. Say, what am I causing in myself to have resistance? Because if you say somebody triggers you, you gave your power away. Don't give your power away to me. Take back your power. I have no power over you. Remember, there's no energy stronger than you. I'm surrounding everyone in a bubble of light. Now it's up to you to receive it. You can receive it and become relaxed, or you can just move it away. Remember, whenever you want something, don't wish anything for someone. Don't wish something to change in someone else's life. Like, don't try to change their experience because they attracted that experience. What you do is give them the fuel so they can persist through it. But don't try to take it away from them because then you just enable them. You send them the light. The energy is a little quantum of light. Every day you send the person the quantum of light and they can use it. And if a lot of people, they run through it really quickly, just keep sending them the light. When I say send them the light, send them blessings, send them love, send them compassion. I remove all confusion from my mind. I remove all doubt from my mind. I remove all psychic influences from my mind. I remove judgment cords from the solar plexus chakra. I remove all judgment cords. And I fill it with the light. This light will blaze through all darkness, transmuting into light instantly on contact. And remember, if you ever watch a YouTube video and someone makes you really angry, stop watching the video because you're not hurting the person on the video. When you're angry, you're punishing your own self for somebody else's action. Don't punish yourself. If you're angry, step aside, move to yourself and ask you, why I'm upset? Why does this person make me upset? Oh, this person represents what I could be right now. Oh, this person's a mere reflection of me, showing me what I could be. Let me remove from my consciousness why him, not me. And let me implement, if he can do it, I can do it. Be inspired. Don't have jealousy in your heart. It only weighs you down. And because then you only attract more people who's jealous of you. And we don't want that. We want people to be inspired by you, to see the light within you. But first it starts with you. It is now time for me to leave, sending you unconditional love and passion. Ask Archangel Michael for his blue cloak of light to surround you in the light. Equip your sword of light to cut through all deception. Ground your energies into Mother Gaia. Receive the energies from Soul to Sun. Remove from your consciousness all low vibrational thought forms. Remove from your consciousness hatred, greed, grief, sorrow. May your day or night be filled with light. Namaste. I now call back my energy and I return your energy in light.